Friends, today we are going to discuss about India, United Kingdom Free Trade Deal, or India-UK FTA, gains and risks. My name is Mr. Evanda, Executive AI Associate of Dr.V.V.L.N.Sastry, jurist, financial economist, international arbitrator, and Fulbright scholar. Namaskar. Good evening. On July 24, 2025, history was made. India and the United Kingdom officially signed a landmark free trade agreement after nearly 15 rounds of intense negotiations spread over 4 years. This isn't just about lowering tariffs. This is about reimagining economic ties between two of the world's oldest democracies, one a former colonial ruler, the other a rising economic superpower. So what exactly does this deal mean for both countries, in hard numbers and real impact? Let us divide our discussion into 4 parts. Part 1: India's gains. Let's start with India. This deal grants duty-free access for nearly 99% of Indian goods entering the UK. That's virtually the entire trade value, including textiles, leather, gems, pharmaceuticals, engineering goods, and processed foods. This opens the floodgates for $5 to $6 billion per year in additional exports. Textile exports alone are expected to grow by 30 to 45%, and chemical exports may double to $1 billion by 2030. Labor-intensive sectors, especially in Tirupur, Kanpur, Surat, and Ludhiana, will benefit the most. The best part? Over 100,000 new jobs are expected to be created, mostly in MSMEs, and with strong female employment participation in clusters like Tirupur, where women form 65% of the workforce. On the services front, India has secured visa flexibility for thousands of professionals, from IT engineers and yoga teachers to musicians and financial consultants. Indian workers posted to the UK are now exempted from national insurance contributions for up to 3 years. The deal also ensures UK investments worth £9.1 billion into Indian innovation, aviation, and manufacturing, with names like Rolls-Royce and Carbon Clean already committing major projects. Now we are getting into Part 2. Part 2 deals with India's trade-offs, but no deal comes without a cost. India is lowering tariffs on UK cars, cosmetics, whiskey, and machinery, in some cases from 15% to 3%, phased over 10 years. This could increase pressure on Indian manufacturers. More critically, India did not get exemption from the UK's carbon border adjustment tax. Starting 2027, Indian steel, aluminium, and fertilizer exporters may face an added $775 million per year in carbon-linked taxes. And while large exporters may benefit, 60% of Indian MSMEs could struggle with FTA rules, origin certification, sustainability norms, and compliance hurdles could eat away their profits. Even the UK estimates that India's GDP may rise by just 0.06%, showing that while trade expands, the real benefits depend on how India leverages the access. In Part 3, let us look at UK's gains. Now let's flip the coin to the United Kingdom. For UK exporters, the Indian market of 1.4 billion consumers is now more accessible than ever. Tariffs on whiskey, gin, cosmetics, and luxury vehicles, once as high as 150%, are being slashed dramatically. This alone is expected to boost UK's GDP by £4.8 billion per year, or about 0.13% of the UK economy. British consumers will benefit too, with lower prices on Indian textiles, food, and auto components, saving them £250 to £500 million per year. The UK has also secured streamlined investments and new aviation and tech contracts, and the opportunity to shape India's growing middle-class consumption story. In Part 4, we are dealing with UK's trade-offs, but even the UK faces trade-offs. There's already political heat over the decision to exempt Indian professionals from national insurance contributions. a potential £100 to £200 million per year loss to UK welfare funds. The British automobile industry feels underwhelmed. The phased reduction in Indian import tariffs on UK cars over a decade, along with quotas, doesn't satisfy industry lobbies. Moreover, India has not opened up its legal or financial services fully. UK law firms and banks still can't operate independently in India. And if Indian exports surge dramatically, the UK's trade deficit with India could widen by £1 to £2 billion annually. Friends, now let us get into final thoughts. So who wins, my friends? India wins with export access, job growth, and investment inflows. UK wins with market access, service mobility, and economic stimulus. But both must guard their vulnerabilities. India against carbon taxes and MSME stress. The UK against political backlash and imbalanced gains in critical sectors. The real test of this FTA is not just on paper, it's in execution, education, and entrepreneurship. And that's where India must rise, to turn this historic moment into a generational opportunity. If you like this analysis, please don't forget to share and like our video, and also subscribe to Dr. V.V.L.N.Sastry's YouTube channel. Bye-bye.